Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Zap Chat Live, and I am your host, Zach Probst. Okay, I am here, I am ready, and we're just going to be going back and forth on the whole gaming-wise. We might play a little bit more of Doom tonight, and then after that, we're going to switch to something else. I have uh, been thinking of what's been going on with my 4K Blu-ray player. I've been noticing that there's been like a few skips lately, and I think it has something to do with of how dusty it is. We haven't really been cleaning and keeping track on well, anything really at the house. Yeah, our house right now is like very dusty, and we absolutely need to be cleaned, and including the 4K player. It definitely needs to be cleaned. So, my dad just bought a what you call laser lens cleaner. It's specifically it's a like a CD. It has a little micro brushes that clean the lens, and it's been around for a long time. There's like different brands, and one particular we're just like, well, why don't we just get this one and see how this is? So my dad already bought it, and just to give it a try and see how it is, and then uh we'll see what happens. I'm not really sure uh if it's going to hurt the player or not, but I've just been really I'm just really fed up with the player just skipping a lot more than usual. So I think it just has something to do with the player, but also it has to do with the scratches on the discs, and I'll know a really bad disc scratch when I see one. And I just tested out the first movie of Bill and Ted. There is a minor like a skip on the disc, and I really hope it's not the disc because I'm just so sick and tired of dealing with buying multiple copies with scratches all the time. I'm just like I can't. I'm so fed up with it. So it did kind of skip at a certain point, but just by looking at the lighting at a certain angle, there's really no scratches. There's just a lot of dust. And I don't have a flashlight, but yeah. So just by looking at the lighting, I don't really see anything bad. There just really isn't, and I can't even really pick up many scratches on my side. So yeah, it's just really strange. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to look at the disc here to make sure there's nothing bad in here. Nothing. No, nothing really. Maybe I'm just like a minor one on the side there, but it really shouldn't be skipping if it's just that little tiny scratch. Yeah, just that little tiny one. It really shouldn't be skipping that much for just a tiny scratch. Yeah, I just find that hard to believe. So, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm so fed up with it. But I'll still keep it, see what happens. But honestly, I'm just so sick and tired of returning items so many times because it's a lot of money. I tried returning the Viva Vendetta, which I did, and I got my refunds back. However, I wasn't able to rebuy it because it was a Amazon Prime deal. So I got it for like roughly $15 or less, and since the deal was over, I can't rebuy it because the price went up and it's sold out. And because of it, I've got a nasty scratch on the disc. So now I have to wait for the new copy to arrive. And so, same thing with this one. I am really fed up with packages being all scratched. And I'm willing to bet it's the manufacturing company that keeps screwing it up all the time. And I spent, a lot of money on this. I really did. I'm just so tired of it. All right. Well, enough me blabbering about uh, 4K collection wise. I think it's just really personal to me because it's the Bill and Ted trilogy, and Bill and Ted is a huge um, collection in my possession. So it's a really big deal in my collection, and I would hate to um, something to go wrong with it because it's my personal movie, and I would hate to return it and then get it back and but get like a refund and then rebuy it. I just don't want anything bad happen to it. And it did got damage on the case, but the discs are okay, but with minor scratch, but not horrible. And it just mind boggles me that just one tiny itty bitty scratch can be so sensitive on the players. And I'm just thinking, you know what? Why don't we just clean the player out and just see if that changes everything? Because it really shouldn't be skipping that much on the player. It really shouldn't. So we're just gonna try and uh, just we'll just give it a try and see what happens. And in case and if it does go something wrong, then me and my dad we can always just buy a whole new Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player, and it'll be either me and dad split the cost again, or we can just buy a whole new one, just on my account. But we'll see. I'm just really fed up with getting multiple scratches on the player all the time. Like other discs are working just fine, um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just I'm just really surprised. I really am. I'm just really surprised. It just so happens to be scratches. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I think I'll just uh keep on trying and see what happens, and if it does uh tend to skip a few more times, then I might have to just go ahead and return it and get a new copy. But I'll just have to say, um, it just not responding well because of the scratches, something like that. Uh, and movie and the box set just came out recently too. It came out. When did it came out? It came out by the time it was just it was just before I left town in Seattle. It's like brand new. Excuse me. So, well, yeah, we'll see that. Okay, now I'm getting a frog in my throat. Sorry about that. It's what happens when you drink carbonated drinks. You don't ever want to have carbonated drinks during your stream because it really messes your throat. So, if you really want to be talking a lot, drink water or have a hot tea. Tea is a much better choice. All right, so um, that's pretty much the situation. I tested the movie in the 4K of Excellent Adventure, the first one of the Bill and Ted, and the picture is pretty decent. It's not the greatest, but it really does the job done. The 4K Wonder, I don't know. It's kind of a hit or miss on that one. It's not exactly the best picture, uh, but it's definitely a nice, like cleaner picture, I should say. Not in a bad way. It's still pretty good, um, but it's kind of hard to tell if it's a like a must to buy upgrade kind of wise. Um, but I have an idea in case if um, any of those have scratches. Um, since this is just a box set collection, I believe you can buy separate cases like these. So I think you now can officially buy them separately, um, in like in stores, or you can just buy them on online deals. So let me do some looking and see if you can buy these separately. Just to make sure, because I am pretty curious. So let me go ahead and take a look real quick before it drives me nuts. Um, let's see here. So if we go to Amazon and check on the Bill and Ted 4K. Yep. Oh wow. Yeah. So you're definitely buying 30 bucks a piece right now, and buying that box set was a bargaining deal. You save like $20 right now if you get the box sets, which is pretty impressive. But the good news is you can buy them separately. That's the good news, which I figured they did because it's not made. Yeah, I can tell by the packaging. It's those cases. They're not made for specifically for this box set. You can always buy them separately if you have to. So I think that's a pretty nice touch. But then again, 70 bucks, which I paid for the whole trilogy, is a pretty damn good deal, and you're saving a huge chunk of money. Uh, so I would hate to rebuy it again and ruin the good deal. But I don't know. We'll see. I would just hate to ruin the deal. I don't know how long this deal is gonna last. That's my concern. Yeah, it's still active. Amazon's choice highlights highly rated, well-priced products available to ship immediately. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy about it. And it looks like they got some bonus features in there that they and I think they're all the same, unless I buy get them separately. What happens if I look at it separately? Let's see. It has 4K and Blu-ray. Okay. So I believe it has the exact same features. At least I think so. Okay. Well, not a big total loss, but yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But if it does get scratches like really, really bad, yeah, again, I'm not sure. I'm just really just frustrated. Hang on 1 second. Nope. Okay, spammers, you really gotta stop interfering in my chat like that. So, go away. We don't need your spam. We don't need your stinking spam. Okay. Well, I'll just test out a different movie later this weekend and see how that goes. And I again, I really shouldn't be having this much interference on those movies. Alrighty, moving on. So, I still got some ideas on some of the scary games that I have in my list. I'm pretty much open-minded on Tormented Souls. I just have to censor it at a certain point of the game, so I don't really get in trouble with the Twitch streaming site. Um, but if I'm going to play something else, something that I've been wanting to play but I never got around to it, it would have to be the games like Alone in the Dark, the original, uh, Bendy and the Dark Revival. Now that game I want to play. I've been very anxious to play that one because I love the first game so much, and I've been wanting to play the next one. But a lot of people are saying that the next one is not nearly as good as the first, which I was like, well, to be fair, the first game uh, didn't really have much other than it's a very smaller indie uh, type of game. Pretty decent budget of amount that they put in a lot of effort for this game. Uh, I really loved it very much. It's a really good game. Um, but if they're really going to step it up with the graphics, I would definitely expand the story a bit. So the way I see Bendy in the Ink Machine, I see it as like Bioshock. It starts out very strong. Oh, excuse me. It starts out very strong, uh, but then the sequel not nearly as good. But then once they start learning and experimenting new things, then they'll give the third one a try, and turns out it's almost as big of a hit as the first game. So they can go for that. Like they would learn something from the first game, then they learn something for the second game. So now they could try something new and different and see what happens. So that's how I'd see it as for Bioshock, in my opinion. So if I were be a developer making Bendy franchise, so the first one we got to introduce what the characters look like, how are you in the game, and how it's a mind bending story. So it really shows you a lot. Gives you the idea. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I've been working long hours today, so I did sleep for a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I was just out all day today, and so if you see me yawning a few times, I apologize because it was been a very long day, a very long day. Um, but I'm gonna do my best to do streaming tonight as much as I can, and hopefully I do not fall asleep. I absolutely do not want to fall asleep tonight because unlike the other week from 2 weeks ago, I was almost passed out. I was exhausted and I didn't have enough energy to keep going. I'm doing it again. Ugh. Sorry, ice. Okay. Um, so for Bendy game, if there was going to be a third game involved, I would create a story that takes place from outside of that area, and we get to learn that there is a another animation company out there with just a slight different perspective, but in a little twisted way. So I think there should be another Bendy game, but with an alteration uh, type of a story. So let's say, I don't know, like maybe do like how it all started and how it like really ruptured. So maybe something just complete out of the bloom and just show you how Bendy was created and show you how it really all went down and just make it really starts out like lighthearted, very 50s type of tone, like every like like in the movie Grease. It's like this bright, vivid colors. Everybody's dancing. There's a musical. Everyone's happy. They love their jobs, and then just suddenly, there's this person that created Bendy, and he wanted to create Bendy the way he wants to make. And so, ever since the creator of Bendy is now involved in this animation studio, things take a bit of a turn. So now the world is getting darker and darker and darker and darker as it goes. And people are getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And people are losing their minds. And there's something really wrong. And people are going missing. And it just goes this big shift, like a light switch, and just suddenly go into a whole different path. So we get to see what the origin story would look like for how Bendy was created. So if they do that as a third game, I think that would be amazing. I think that would work very well. And if there's ever going to be a fourth one, which I don't know if there is or not. Sorry. I don't know if there is or not, but if there is, I would totally play it. By far, I would absolutely play it. Uh, so yes, I definitely would love to play Bendy and the Dark Revival because I have been really wanting to play this game for quite some time. So Bendy sequel is on the list for sure. So I would definitely do that. Uh, as for the other games, I might get into playing maybe Alone in the Dark. I've been somebody out there told me that I should probably get my hands on that game and start playing it. So that might be a strong consideration. Uh, Dead Space 2 is definitely a strong consideration. Then we have Clock Tower, the original PS1 game. That one's a possibility. I'm not sure how that one's gonna. Man, I gotta stop yawning. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen for that one. I'm not familiar of Clock Tower. I'm kind of up and down of different opinions about it because I'm just not really sure if I'd be very strongly interested in playing Clock Tower. There is a I don't know. There's some sort of vibe like it's not quite like Silent Hill, but it's supposed to be more puzzles and strategy type. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But I know Alone in the Dark is a game that I really should get into. I've heard good things about that. For other games like Primal, Penstrip, and Parasite Eve, which is the original PlayStation game that I own. Now that one I will consider planning on buying. I played just a snippet of that game, and I want to play that one for sure. I think that would be a really fun game to play. Um, so that might be a strong possibility of playing Parasite Eve. I would love to play the remake. I've heard the remake is in the works, and I've heard Dino Crisis is also in talks of the remake as well. Uh, and possibly some more Resident Evil games in the future. Since they already did Resident Evil 4, which I happen to have in my shelf right now, we might get into that one. Also, we might get into playing Resident Evil 4 and game stream it for you guys, like the newer version. We're gonna get our hands on playing a newer one and see how that goes. And then the other games I forgot that I have on a PlayStation, I have White Day, Silent Hill: The Short Message, Infliction, Silver Chains, and the Amnesia franchise. So I have those on standby. And I actually bought those for a while, like Infliction and Silver Chains. I bought those two games for quite some time, and it's been in my list for I want to say a couple of years now. I bought it a couple of years ago, and I've been waiting for the right time to play it and stream it for you guys. But at that time, I had to wait until I buy a PS5 Slim or a PS4 Pro, either the two, so I can get a better gameplay experience for you guys. Man, boy, please don't make me fall asleep in the streaming again. I do not want to go through that again. So those are all also possibilities that I'm going to be game streaming as well. But I feel like I should play one modern game and one retro game and another one in the between. So let's say for example, Tormented Souls came out very recently. I would say, well, actually, Tormented Souls came out like 2 years ago, roughly 2 years ago. So it's fairly new. And then I would play Alone in the Dark on the PS1 or the PS5. I have the modded version for that one. We can play that one as a retro scary game. And then somewhere in between, we can probably play either Dead Space 2 or Fatal Frame or Primal. And that should be pretty good. Or just play something like a bunch of newer games and just roll with it. I don't know. Some of these might be pretty short, like Infliction and Silver Chains. Those ones might be pretty short. So if let's see, let me check and see how long it is on YouTube. So let me take a look. So if I type down Silver Chains, let's see here. All right, so the walkthrough of the game, it is... Oh, it's only 1 hour long. So it is actually, in fact, a very, very short game. So we might be able to play that one throughout, like, all day to stream it for you guys. So I think we might squeeze that in for the bonus list. So if it's really only an hour long, then maybe we should save that one for when we get closer to Halloween. So let's do that one. So let's say Silver Chain. We'll say bonus. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. So and the other one is Infliction. And I believe I own the extended cut. Okay. So it's about 2 hours long. So that might be a pretty fair amount of gameplay. Yeah, so 2 hours. Yeah, that's just about right of the game. Might take me about maybe 2 days. Maybe 2 days to play it. Depends how much time I have. So we'll think about that one. So let me put that one as a bonus as well. Okay. So I'll leave those two in the bottom and we'll put that in the bonus. And for Silent Hill, the short message walkthrough, that one is also short. Okay, so this one's 1.5 hours long gameplay. Okay, so we'll put that one as a bonus as well. Okay. And we have the other one called Amnesia? Yeah. Amnesia. And I'm going to say a specific one, so I don't want to spoil for you guys. Okay. So the entire walkthrough is 4 hours and 16 minutes. Or this other one is 6 hours and 24 minutes. So this one's pretty long. Yeah, this one's pretty long. So we'll leave that alone. Let's do another one called White Day. Oh, WHIT Day. Gameplay. Here we go. Okay, so this is pretty good. This one's 3 hours and 22 minutes. That one's pretty good. That'd be a really good, decent gameplay. That would last me for maybe a whole week to play that one. So that would be pretty short. Other games like Parasite Eve, if I remember right, that one's pretty long. Parasite Eve walkthrough. Yeah, that one's pretty long. It's 7 hours and 14 minutes. So that one would last me all month. So that would take me a long time to play. but that would be a consideration. So if I play that one, I would have to keep it in the 3 game picks and no bonuses. So if I play Parasite Eve, it's going to be a long one. I might wind up playing that one in my own time. How about PINSTRIPE? Pinstrip walkthrough. This one's full game and ending walkthrough. Okay, so this is an hour and 23 minutes. Oh, this one. Oh, wow. Okay, that one is really short. Okay. Very, very short. All right. Well, we'll say bonus in that one since that one's pretty short. All right. Just going to keep track. And the other one is Primal PS2 walkthrough. This one is... Whoo, that's a long one. The total on that one is 11 hours and 27 minutes. Wow. That one's pretty long. Okay, so definitely a long game. All right. That one... Yeah, that one I might have to think about. That would be interesting. Okay, so that one's pretty long. The next one we have Fatal Frame. Oops. Fatal Frame walkthrough. And the first one is 4 hours and 29 minutes. Made in the Black Water, which I have, is 10 hours. I couldn't even finish that one. It was so long. Oh, yeah. Alone in the Dark. It is 3 hours and 49 minutes. Okay, that's pretty decent. We might... that's a pretty good, decent amount of gameplay. All right. Okay, so I think that one might be a consideration. I feel pretty strongly for that one. Okay, where am I? Primal, Fatal Frame, Clock. Oh, Clock Tower. That's another one. Clock Tower. Oh yeah, there's a whole new one that they're coming out. It's like Clock Tower Rewind. So I think it's like a remake of some sort. Let's see, Clock Tower PS1 walkthrough, and that is 3 hours and 41 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so the gameplay on this one is very old. I'm looking at just a snippet of what the gameplay looks like. Oh yeah, this one is pretty old. This one, I think this one might be pretty fun to watch for looking back on some of the gameplay for it. I think this would be a pretty decent fun. Oh, in fact, it seems to be a lot shorter. Or maybe they're showing alternate endings of the game. Oh, you know what? Oh, that could be it. There could be an alternate ending for this. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. So there is a alternate ending of this story. That is very interesting. Okay. Well, we might give that a try. That might be pretty interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I'll put that one a star on it. Feel pretty confident for that one. Then we have Condemned Criminal Origins. Now, that game I was very close on finishing one time, but I got stuck. And I wasn't able to finish it. I was at the one of the boss battle scenes, and I got my ass kicked. Let's see. Condemned Criminal Origins. And this was 4 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, so this was a pretty fair amount of gameplay action. That very, very tense. I got jump scared a number of times. That was a pretty terrifying game. Okay, now we're going to check out Dead Space 2. This one's 5 hours and 31 minutes. Oh, this one's got a bit of a heft on some gameplay. That would take me all month for that one. So if I pick that one, that would be the only longest game I would play. The ones I put on a star is a pretty decent amount of gameplay that I can probably finish in no time. Let's see. Dark. Bendy and the Dark Revival. Let's check on that real quick. Bendy and the Dark Revival. Part 1. No, that's not it. Bendy Dark Revival. Full gameplay walkthrough. It is 3 hours and 41 minutes. Or no, there's another. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so it's either. Well, there's different versions of it. One person beat the game by 100%, which we're probably not gonna go that far. So, yeah. So I believe it's somewhere between 3.5 to 4.5 hours. So 3.5 to 4.5. Okay. So that one might seem pretty good. That one seemed pretty good. And actually, I will put a star on that one because I really do want to play that one. So, okay. Yeah, so far I got 3 stars. So I feel confident of the 3. That one's pretty good. So I'm sorry I'm just kind of taking time here, but I really wanted to keep track to break it down to which of the games to play because I really wanted to decide. Yeah, so Bendy and the Dark Revival, Alone in the Dark, and Clock Tower, I feel pretty confident on those. Yeah, so I feel pretty confident about those. The other games I am be willing to play, but I have to remind myself that certain games, like Dead Space 2 and Primal, are very long games. And it would easily take up my whole entire month to finish it, due to this small amount of times I would game stream here for you guys. So it's a very long process. So if I do this, I can only pick one of those games because of how long it is, and then I would pick out the more shorter games to play. And because of Primal is such a long game, I would have to play Primal twice a week. So I would play that one on Monday. So I'd say Monday night, and then try it again on Tuesday morning or something like that. So Monday night to Tuesday morning, I could switch it around either way. Or I can, let's see. Or I can play either a Saturday if I can. I'm going to try pushing on the Saturday or just stick to the Sunday. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do streaming on Sunday through Friday, but no streaming on Saturdays. If I do wind up streaming on Saturdays, it would have to be in the early morning. It would have to be on an early morning. So I would have to think about that, but I would like to have just a one day to take a day off, to take a breather, and then come back to do it the usual. like routine, such as my day job, food, and catching up on shows, things like that. So we'll see. Primal is a long game. Fatal Frame is very long too. And Dead Space 2 is pretty long as well, but I do want to play that one. So we would have to wait and see. Oh, and Resident Evil 4. That's right. Yeah, let's take a look at that one real quick. All right, Resident Evil 4 remake walkthrough. This here is, whew, as expected, it is, let's see, which one's which. Okay. I believe it is roughly 8 to 10 hours. Yeah, roughly 8 to 10 hours on stream. Because this here is definitely long. Okay. So if I do play this, I would need to play this on twice a week if I play this. Because that is a very long process. Okay, so let me write that all down to make sure I keep track. All right, so let's say Resident Evil 4. I'll just say longer. Yeah, I'll just say longer. Dead Space 2, longer. Just try to keep it short. Condemned Criminal Origins, nah, not so much. Clock Tower, no, it's pretty short. Fatal Frame, yeah, we'll say pretty long. Longer. Primal, definitely longer. Then we have Parasite Eve. Oh, shoot. Did I bring up Parasite Eve? Oh, yeah, it is longer. Yeah. All right. Longer. Okay. And White Day. Shoot. That one's fairly short. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, that one's a fair amount. So we'll leave that blank. And then we have Amnesia Rebirth. I believe, was that one short? I don't remember. Dead Space, Condemned, Clock Tower, Fatal Frame, Primal, Resident Eve, White Day, Amnesia Rebirth. 4 hours and 16 minutes. Okay, so that one's pretty fair too. Okay. That one's not so bad. Okay. Well, that helps to break it down on the games. Okay. So I think I would have to decide Resident Evil 4, Dead Space 2. Yeah. So I think I would feel confident for Dead Space 2. So that is now 4 stars. Yeah. And the rest of the games I will play on a September. So we would definitely pick one scary game for September. And then the rest of my daily stream, we will begin on October. So October would be a big one. And if we just so happen to finish them all by, if we finish them earlier, we'll do some bonus games. So I would definitely put up a handful of bonus games and see if we have time. I'll squeeze in there. But I'm not going to put it on the October event because it's unknown if it's going to happen. But I do feel strongly for the 4 games that I'm going to try. And oh, I forgot. This one game, Tormented Souls. I forgot about that one. Let me see how long that one is real quick. Um uh Okay. So that one's 4 hours and 14 minutes. Okay, that's a pretty fair amount of gameplay too. Okay. That's not too bad. I can't believe there's a sequel that's coming out. I just found out about the first game, and now they're already announced the sequel. That's crazy. I wonder how much uh, effort they put a lot into in that one. And I think it might be the same character, too. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, I'll go ahead and close that. All right. So it's about roughly 4 hours. So that's about a fair amount of gameplay right there. Okay. So, yeah, I do feel confident on the 4 choices. Yeah, I keep going back and forth if I should play Tormented Souls or not. I just don't know. Uh, I just don't know if I want to play that one, but I kind of want to. Yeah, maybe. I tell you what. Let me write down. A, we'll count that one as like a bonus. So we'll just say. Um, Lawn, but bonus. It's lawn, but bonus. So we'll keep that one in mind. So if I happen to finish the other games a lot quicker, um, like let's say if I finish Bending a Dark Revival or Alone in the Dark very quickly, we will squeeze in another scary game to play. So we will see. But yeah, I'll think about it. All right, so that would help to break it down. So I got everything all thought of it and sort of it. That would help break it down better. And now that I know how long the gameplay is going to be, so I think we'll make this work. But I think I'd be more focused on one longer game, and the rest to be a decently short amount of gameplay, and so I can switch to a different game throughout the Halloween. I think those really short ones, like in the back, like Silent Hill, Infliction, and Silver Chains, since those ones are very short, we'll save those when we get closer to Halloween. We'll save those when we get closer to Halloween. And speaking of, let me check and oh shoot, it won't let me go through here yet. Do I have my okay? There's my phone right there. Let me grab my phone real quick. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Calendar. Where is it? Here it is, calendar. Okay. So we have September, October. Okay. Oh, wow, what fun. So it looks like the first day of October is going to start on a Tuesday. Interesting. All right. So we're about to have a Tuesday premiere of the Halloween week. Oh, that's exciting. Because that's my normal days off. So if we start streaming on a Tuesday, that would be perfect way to start on a scary game. Oh man, that right there is exciting. Uh, I would totally get into that. That is awesome. And then Halloween Day is on a Thursday, so it's not quite on the weekend, but it's very close. Huh. Yeah, boy. Yeah. What a fascinating year. Wow. That is really good. Really, really good. All right. Oh, and of course, Election Day starts this year. Now, we'll try not to get into that. All right. So that sounds like a fun October event year. I think that my friend sounds very exciting. Oh, it looks like we might have a chance of rain in my home too. Oh, very small chance. Very small. Yeah, very, very small. Uh, Weekly. Ooh, well, we could have more thunderstorm. Oh no, we already had thunderstorm, but there is more on the way. Hmm. All right, so there should be more on September. Oh boy, another lightning storm coming up. Boy. All right. Well, fasten your seatbelts. This could get bumpy for sure. Very bumpy. All right. Okay, so I currently got 4 games to decide, and I will pick one game starting. Excuse me, starting on September. So on September, I would pick out one of these longer games. Oh, great, now I'm getting hiccups. Okay, so let's say Primal is about roughly 10 to 12 hour long gameplay, so we'll play that one for throughout the whole month. Or Parasite Eve is another same thing, or play Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is also a very long process. So I think those types of games would be pretty good to start out to play a scary game before the main event. So I think we will do that. As for Tormented Souls, I think I still want to play that one, but I'm going to wait and see because I feel like I want to play the other games that I have in my collection for some time. I bought Tormented Souls not too long ago. It was not too long ago I bought that one, so I'm not in a rush. It's the other games I really want to play. So I just need to make that one work. But we'll see. We will see. All right. So we got that out of the way. So let's talk about some of the more uh let's say game capturing devices. I found a really good capturing device where I really want to experiment something. There's a company out there that finally released a component cable, which is like a higher end composite cables. It's supposed to be like before HDMI came out, we had component cables. So there's this particular component cable that I think it would be really cool to mess around with. They specifically released it to play the Sega Dreamcast. So if I get those cables and then buy a HDMI converter box, there's another one out there that I wanted to buy that works more options, and it's supposed to be specifically for gaming. And I've heard some pretty good stuff. So if I get that, it might just work. And also, I have the upscaler device, which it would increase the picture quality even better. So that one I would definitely give it a shot. So we will have to definitely wait and see. And as uh, for future purposes for other games to stream, I really want to get back playing the Xbox 360, just because I really miss it, and I haven't been as active on plugging that in because of the backwards compatible for my newer Xbox newer Xbox console. Um, I need to get back on plugging in my Xbox 360 so I can start playing the games that are not backwards compatible. Because I really wanted to go ahead and get in and start playing it. Because I really wanted to play some of the 360 games that you cannot play in your newer consoles. Oh, excuse me. Man. Um, all right, I should probably pick and choose on these titles here. Oh, here. Okay. All right, we'll pause there. Okay, just getting ready for the game. Um, so yeah, I bought. Uh, sorry, I got a little off track for it. So I have saved the component cables for the Sega Dreamcast, and then I'm gonna buy the HDMI converter for it. It's supposed to be a much nicer quality than the other one, and see if I can game capture it just slightly different. And I want to experiment something that I uh, wanted to try and see what happens. Uh, I wanted to make sure that I can access playing the original Xbox because I happen to have a few games up there that I wanted to game stream, but it sometimes messes up with the game capturing it because it requires an extra power source in order to run through. So if I want to get back on playing the Sega Dreamcast or the original Xbox, it requires an extra uh, AC power in order to game capture it for your Elgato capture card because it needs to get more power source in order to run through. So for uh, for trying to uh, connect it to my other devices, I need to buy a whole new HDMI switcher box so I can plug in more of my game consoles and not have to worry about unplugging it and plug things in all the time. So I really wanted to buy a new one, but I'm just kind of struggling on deciding which one to get. So what I'm currently using right now is an HDMI switcher that supports 5 HDMI outputs, and it does really well. There's about 4K 60 hertz, so it does the job done. It works really good, and it has an on and off switch, which is really handy to have. Now, I need to get more of outputs, so I found another one that does the exact same thing. Only, uh, it has 7 HDMI outputs, which is perfect amount that I need for my game collections. So I all I needed was just two more, and I don't have to worry about unplugging it all the time, which is nice. Then there's the other upgrade that has 8K 60 hertz. So it supports 8K. So think about it. Uh, this is a step up of a little HDMI switcher box. Now, the reason why I say 8K 60 hertz is because it supports that high of a signal, and it's a much powerful signal. So if it's that high, then your 4K resolution will jump up to 120 hertz. So it's even more powerful than ever, which is a great thing to have. But that one only has 5 HDMI outputs, which is still really good. But I just needed two more open slots of HDMI, and then I am golden. That's all I'm really asking is just two more of that, and then that would be perfect. But yeah, sadly, I do not have that. I looked everywhere through Amazon. There isn't any 7 HDMI outputs that supports 8K just yet. But it is a strong possibility. If someone out there can just come out with just a 7 outputs, I would buy it for sure. Out of the heartbeat, I would definitely buy it for sure. But it's a shame that there's none out there. I could be wrong, but we're very close. We're very close. Just really struggling on which one to use for. So I'm just kind of just not really sure yet. But I really wanted to buy 120 hertz because I think that'd be a much better signal for game capturing. Which, speaking of, I need to buy a whole new capture card device for Elgato because the one I have is outdated and it doesn't support newer gen consoles, which is a shame. So I'll have to figure something out. Oh, one more thing. I do want to mention that I am planning on playing the other Zelda game, which is the Wind Waker. I currently have that one. I bought that last year I believe at the convention center. I believe I bought that at the convention center. Oh no, my bad. No, that's not it. I'm wrong. I'm thinking something else. I'm thinking Mario. I bought Zelda Wind Waker at my local game store when I finally got the copy before I got sold out. The condition is not like great, but it's a decent condition that's worth keeping in my collection. But yeah, I'm very happy that I got my hands on that one and I can finally game stream it. So as soon as Halloween is all over, we will be playing Zelda. Pretty much throughout the whole month of November. So we will see what happens. We will definitely see. But I really do want to play Wind Waker because I think it'd be a really fun one to play and it's different and I've never played it before. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. And who knows, we might play a whole different GameCube game that we haven't played for a long time. So who knows? So I think that'd be a pretty exciting time to do. I think that'd be really, really exciting. Alrighty, now then, enough talk. Let's go ahead and get things started on playing more of Doom, and then after that, we will switch to a different game. So let me go ahead and get things situated here. Oh, whoops! I forgot to set that. I forgot to switch it. Okay. Oh well. Whoops. Alright. I forgot to set that to just chatting, but whoops. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. That's funny. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and play more of Doom. And after that, we'll play something else. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, shit. There we go. Rats. Ooh, that was close. Okay. Oh, that was it, huh? Whoa, shit. Ooh, okay. Where am I? Shit. Okay. Well, that was a tricky, tricky spot. Huh. Weird. Alright, alright, alright. So... hang on. What would happen if I save? Oh boy. Shoot. I don't know which one's which. I can't keep track. Evolution. Shit. I don't know which one's which. Alright, we'll just say new. I don't know which one's which anymore. I'm gonna have to start delete them. Alright, alright. Now, which way to go? Which way to go? Which way to go? No, no, no. Oh, shit. Rats. Shoot. Hold on. Do I need to raise it up? In order to... Oh, yeah, I need to raise it up in order to cross. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. I see what they mean. Okay. I see. Wait. Nope, not that way. Oh, no, 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 no. Do. Shoot. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I just need to find a way to cross that. Okay. That was it. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Shit. Crap. Oh, shit. No. God fucking damn it. Ugh. Oh, great. Now my health is really low. Oh boy. All right. Oh shit. Ah.